Ladies and gentlemen, I think I speak for all of you when I say that this coming Saturday we are all privileged to be part of this year's major fistic boxing event. That is, of course, the uh, showdown, the long awaited showdown between the majestic Tommy Fury and the nonpareil Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Okay, so obviously for this major event we have to do a breakdown, so here is my preview and prediction. I think the fight will start with Tommy, as we know, a master boxer, will come out probably jabbing, using all of his skills. He runs the gamut of skills from A to B at least. Lots of jabs, lots of shimmying, impossible to hit. I mean, you can hit the guy with a fistful of sand. And I think Paul will realise, as good as he is, that he is in with a veritable maestro. I think the first round will probably go to Fury, just simply on beautiful footwork, fluid combinations, every punch in the book will go. But Paul, don't underrate Paul. Paul, a skillful fighter in his own right, love his work. He will hang tough. He will use his own undoubted defensive skills, lots of slipping and sliding, lots of shoulder rolls, maybe a little Philly shell going on. But I think Tommy will take the opening round. Tommy, of course, as we know, always physically fit, always makes weight. I mean, unkind people have suggested that with all the muscles, the physique, he looks a bit like a condom stuffed with walnuts. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. No, I wouldn't say that. So I think that probably in the second round, I think what we'll see in the second round, I would imagine, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I would imagine that the second round will start with the impromptu and entirely inconvenient death of the timekeeper. And what will happen here is that because of the impromptu and inconvenient death of the timekeeper, I think we will see probably an 87-minute round. I don't think anyone will realise. I think it will. And during this 87 minutes, I fully expect both fighters to throw in excess of probably around the 50,000 punch mark. And of those combined 100,000 punches, I think 3 will land. I think what will happen is that of the 3, Jake will be the one that will claim the initiative. I think a punch to the pit of the stomach will get Tommy's attention, will cause an eructation of ornament rattling magnitude, an absolute bum gust, a total intestinal bum stunk. I think this will floor, the sheer stench of it will floor Jake. You can quote me on this. It will floor Jake. And he will be the recipient of a long count, probably in the region of about 25 minutes, again, due to the death of the timekeeper. I think in the third round, what will probably happen is that both guys will take time out. And the reason for this is not because either of them is flagging. Don't forget this, I think it's only an 8-round fight, isn't it? I think what will happen is John Fury, irked by the fact that Jake Paul has forced his son to emit such violent gas, will jump into the ring, rip his shirt off. Of course, you can't get into the ring with your shirt on, can you? Of course you can't. What you like? No, he'll take his shirt off. The old belly will be flowing. Usyk, you'll hear him in the background going, "Belly, I see your belly, belly." And he will threaten Jake Paul. The security will jump in. They will remove John from the ring. Is this in Dubai, this thing? Well, he'll probably have his hand chopped off anyway. You know what they're like over there. And the fight will eventually continue. Not much going on in the third round. The fourth and the fifth will be shared. There'll be lots of punches thrown. Some of them even accurately. Some of them, dare I say it, correctly. With a little bit of technique. Well, we are dealing with, of course, two of the greats, aren't we? But what I see happening eventually is, after multiple knockdowns, and quite a bit of, to be honest with you, quite a bit of controversy on the scorecards, I see Tommy probably winning, what is it, an 8-rounder? Probably around the, bearing in mind all the knockdowns, probably around the 32 to 28 margin. Roughly that, I would suppose. Yeah. Yep. And of course, the whole thing will stink of rematch. Let's have a rematch. £20 to watch this eruption, this Vesuvius-like eruption. Cheap at half the price, isn't it? The rematch, expect to pay 40. Okay. And what is it, on BT or ESPN? It will probably be on, the rematch will probably be on every single major outlet. DAZN. No, I said every major one, didn't I? Not DAZN then. Sky, BT, not really. Anyway, I think what will happen is you'll see an increase to £40 for the rematch, but also Jake Paul demanding at least 100 million. I did say that it would be a controversial finish. I think there is a reasonable chance that the ring will be pelted with empty bottles of Prime. KSI will probably get into the ring and say, "I demand the winner." Who was the winner again? That would be either Tommy Fury or Jake Paul. Yeah. And around we'll go. But what do you think? Who do you think's got this fight? I mean, it is such a difficult one to predict. But let's be honest with you. There are no losers with this contest. There are no losers. It doesn't matter who wins, because there isn't going to be a loser. Certainly not boxing. I mean, when boxing is elevated to this level, to this level of magnificence, when it transcends the mere hardcore fans and brings forth all the casuals to our wonderful sport with its illustrious 135-year history or whatever it is, what more can we ask for? You know, it's a marvelous event. It's a marvelous feeling. It's great to be part of it. It's just feel privileged, not just in the fact that you've got to pay £25 to watch. Well, you are privileged to pay £25 to watch this, but just be thankful that you're alive at the same time that Jake Paul is fighting Tommy Fury. Marvellous stuff. Who do you think will win? Leave your comments below and I'll try to stay awake long enough to read them.